Your Excellencies, colleagues, friends, thank you for staying with us. As Mercedes mentioned, it's been a long day, but I hope you will all stay excited and be able to ask us many questions as we move forward. There's been a lot of chatter over the past several years about AI chatbots and what they can do to help a child learn more math or assist a teacher to write a lesson plan. But I'd like to suggest, with all due respect, that that conversation is just too small. That is not what is going to ensure quality learning for every child. If we treat AI as a digital tutor or as a teaching assistant, we are about to miss the greatest leap in educational history. I'm here to talk with you about enterprise-level AI. AI as the central nervous system for an entire state's education system, where a minister can ask a question in plain English or French or Spanish and receive real-time analysis of millions of children's progress. And then in the next breath, trigger a personalized intervention for each and every one of them. This isn't a dream. This is already happening, but it does come with a condition. You have to build a new foundation, a foundation of live, interconnected data. And you also need to shift your perspective on the locus of control of quality education, from the classroom to your office. AI is like a 500-kilometer-per-hour bullet train, but it will derail if you try to run it on old tracks. To use this engineering marvel, you're going to need to first build digital tracks. AI is only going to be as powerful as the data that you give it to analyze. To move from anecdotal governance, leading by gut feeling, old paper or reports, to move more to what Minister Miguel is showing us she's doing in Buenos Aires, you need intelligent governance. And to have that, we must solve the data vacuum. We need to digitize the heartbeat of each and every classroom. We need to digitize everything: pupil and teacher records, attendance, and making sure it's daily and geolocated. Instructional delivery: how are the teachers using the materials you've provided them? How are they engaging with the students each day? And students' assessment at the item level. We need to know what the children haven't mastered to be able to know how to better to support them. When these digital signals are accurate, frequent, and interconnected in a data warehouse, an intelligent system can wake up. And then, what might become possible? Then you really can, and I do mean literally every location of the ministries you serve today, this isn't for just G7 or OECD countries, can have AI personalization at scale. We've worked with this now for years, and at this point, you can access everything from a teacher to a child to your management system to you to empower you with AI intelligence. Let's first take a look at what you could do for your children. There's a tool that we've developed called Extension. It bridges the school-home divide. It knows if a child was absent or if they excelled on the last assessment, and it can give them specific makeup material or more challenging material as they might need. This personalized learning pathway is truly an extension of the classroom for each child, but it also provides feedback to the teacher about the child's learning and progress and visibility to you in the ministry. If we take a look at the teacher, human coaching is expensive and really hard to scale, but coaching for teachers is critical to constantly learning and improving practice. Reflection, which is an AI-powered coaching tool for each teacher, changes that. By analyzing classroom audio, it provides daily, personalized, practical coaching. It can compare a teacher's delivery to the structured pedagogy or the lesson plans they are supposed to use. It can coach them on their actual one-on-one child engagement. Every teacher can now have a coach by her side every day, instead of maybe once a year, maybe in many of our areas. Curriculum. Now, there's been lots of talks about structured pedagogy, how to help support teachers to raise the floor, to ensure we have learning as a science across all of the courses. We're moving past static structured pedagogy to responsive structured pedagogy, which you can only do once you digitize everything. You can have digital lesson guides on a teacher's tablet that are updated in real time based on the student's performance. If a class struggles with fractions, the lessons are adjusted to reinforce with new published content specific for that teacher, keeping the curriculum beating along with the student's own needs. Let's talk about management. Activation is an AI personal coach for both head teachers and district officers. It sifts through those now like mountains and mountains and mountains of digitized data, which you as a human cannot possibly sift through, And it analyzes it, gives you suggestions, helps you understand what to do so that you can support teachers across each of their classrooms. It adjusts based on that and telling you, hey, instead of going to Central School Viceni, because they've improved over the last week, just call head teacher Adolphus and congratulate him. Instead, we should go to Egbaberi Viceni. Teacher attendance is down, they're not having as much time on task, children's attendance is down, we've got a leadership crisis. But if you digitize everything you know, and then an AI coach can work with you, support you to make the right decisions for that hour, that day, that week. Now let's look at you as a minister. We've developed cognition. It is truly a super intelligence for ministers. You can ask it complex questions, like, did the literacy intervention in the Northern District affect girls' attendance over the past 6 weeks? And if you've digitized all of those pieces, it will just answer you instantly. When all of your systems are digitized and interconnected, the intelligence becomes yours. Now, some might say, again, that, oh, this is for the G7, or I can't possibly do that, my systems couldn't support that, but I want to push you. I would suggest G7 countries in most of the OECD are at a disadvantage in this new era. Think back 25 years ago. In 2000, rural Balochistan, fewer than 2% of households had a landline. By 2018, almost every single household had a mobile phone in this very infrastructure-challenged province of Pakistan. In another leapfrog, the advanced world had ATMs and physical bank branches. We didn't really have that in Kenya. M-Pesa was launched in 2007. Within 3 years, over half the population was using it for their core banking needs. We didn't have an old system that tied us down, so we could build mobile first. And for more than a decade, that mobile first finance system developed in Kenya was more advanced than anything available in the Europe or US. Today, we're at a similar inflection point with AI and education. In the US and Europe, school systems are a bit hobbled by large bureaucracies, fragmented digital tools that don't talk to each other. And as Andreas Schleicher has mentioned many times, one of the hardest things for a system to change is the mindset of those who were successful in the old way. Yet, where I live, where many of you live, where we're constantly hearing about how poor we are, how devastated we are by learning poverty, we actually have an advantage. We can build AI-powered ministerial intelligence from day one, a system where the heartbeats from every classroom are interconnected by design. And notice, over the past 25 years, these technological inflection points, they're getting faster and faster. This year, all of these AI-powered systems that I've described will be running in multiple public systems in Africa before the end of the year. Some of those people are in the room, so if they are here from Jigawa States, if our Honorable Commissioner, our Permanent Secretary, our Executive Chairman, our Technical Advisor, please stand up, because people should ask you questions later. So Jigawa, stand. And then Bayelsa, I know the Honorable Commissioner is here, the Permanent Secretary is here, the Chairman of this program, Bayelsa Prime, is here. Could you guys stand up? Wave, let people know you're here so you can say hello to them. Yes, okay. Because they've done something very special, so I'm going to go super quick, but you can see them using their data systems in these places. These schools do not have do not have electricity at most of them. These schools do not have fiber. You do not need that to do this. So in these places, they have already interconnected all of those aspects. The location of their schools, their teacher registries, their pupil registries, teaching activities, student engagement, learning levels, they've all been digitized, even in these conditions. So this leadership has accurate visibility into how to support teachers and children in thousands of classrooms. They can use cognition to do deep analysis and have complex reports in seconds. If they can think it, they can know it. And if they know it, they can manage it. And that is what is going to bring quality education to every child. The ministry being able to make smart, active decisions because it knows what is happening in each and every classroom and the precise learning levels of each child. Imagine if you could know that. Now, just super quick, you should talk to them more about it, but Jigawa, that has just started on this journey of their digitization, they were able to move from a classroom ratio of 114 children to 1 teacher to 70 children to one teacher without hiring a single new member of staff, purely because they now had the data about where their teachers were, where the kids were, and they could do very local district transfers. Amazing. They have their PTR by half without spending any more money. In Bayelsa, that has been on this journey for 2 years, one of their local government areas, Kolokuma Opakuma, now has their 4th graders not just reading better, not just reading at the Nigerian national standards. Their 4th graders are reading at US 4th grade standards. They're at over 100 words, correct words per minute. It is possible, but they were able to do that because they had the knowledge to help their teachers, to know what to do. So here's my challenge to you. Don't go home and look at some individual, like, closed-loop AI apps for a kid or for a teacher. It's a distraction. Ask yourself, is my system visible to me? Is it visible? Because if it is, then you can create a system that you can lead that is truly responsive, truly personalized, and truly transformative. So let's all dream bigger. Thank you.